Oh my gosh, did I tell you I went cat shopping?
Yes, you did tell me. It's okay. You're allowed.
I know. If she's still there, the one that I want when I get back, I'm getting her. I already contacted the people.
Did you?
Anywho, hi. Are we even recording? We are.
Yeah, I think I seen somewhere I heard you're now recording. And then you went on an adventure with your
I,
lizard thing. And
yeah.
okay, so what's the topic today? This is our second recording, so we're probably a little what's the word I want to say? Pooped. Not pooped, but
Um, wore out? I don't know what the word is.
could be.
Tired, not up to par. I don't know. I just exercise, so you
Well,
know.
I think our topic that we just got off talking about kind of built up a little bit of our anxieties, and
Hmm.
so that's exhausting. Let's just
That's
go with
it.
that.
I'm just kind of like tired,
Mm.
kind of. So because I'm going to Idaho to see my grandbaby. So
Yeah,
excited.
so
Um,
excited.
so we're recording twice. So I promise we're not wearing the same clothes like, week after week. We do have other clothes. Um, even
Says
though
you.
I was gonna say, even though Delaney swears up and down and just wear the same clothes every
That's right.
day.
Do you ever change? Yeah.
Oh, she's so funny. Nana, why do you wear the same clothes all the time? Nana, do you ever go to bed?
Oh,
But that just goes to show how much they pay attention.
oh, they do.
How much they pay attention
Yeah.
and question your actions.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
so yeah, it's pretty crazy. So hello again, everyone. We are back.
We're back. And we got a really good topic today, I
We
think.
do.
I think it's an important topic
Absolutely. And I
because
think
I
it's
think,
one that people talk about, but they talk in generalities.
and I think it's going to shed light on why your hosts here, Lorie&Steph, are the way we are.
So we're doing this so you
Yeah.
understand this.
Yes, yes. So that, we can explain our issues, shall we say.
So our topic today is like women's health bodies at a certain age. Like as you get
Aging.
older, how
Yeah.
things change, what happens, menopause, but then and beyond, right? Because
Yeah.
menopause happens and then it's no longer. Like there really is
That's
a
not true,
stopping
but go
point.
ahead. Keep going on.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is according to them, like you go through menopause and then so it's actually perimenopause. So that's all
Yeah.
the stuff, and then there's menopause.
Yeah.
Now, all the symptoms and all the things that are still happening to your body, they're just saying, okay, you have now reached this level. Sorry, I had a hair and I felt like it was a lizard and okay, freaking me out.
Come to Texas, they said.
It'd be fun, they said. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna just talk about our experiences because every woman is different. Every
Mhm.
experience is different. Like there are some things that are the same, obviously, but um and Lorie tells me things. She's like, "Did you know this was a menopause symptom?" I was like, "No, really?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, that explains a lot." So anyway, I'll let you take it because I hogged the whole conversation in the beginning last time.
Did you really? I don't
I did.
remember.
Talking about my fears of flying and heights and
Oh, that's okay. Um, okay, so let's just go off. I'm right off the get-go, I'm going to describe um what the internet tells us,
okay.
liars. Um,
It's written by a
that
man.
right. The three stages of old age. Okay? So you have the young old, which is approximately 65 to 74 years old. Then you have middle old, 75 to 84. And then you have old,
Is that
which
what
is,
they call it?
yeah.
Oh my God.
over the age of 85. Okay. So I haven't reached 65. So I guess I'm still young.
You are.
Okay. But that gives me all kinds of fright because if I'm young, considered young, and young old, I'm going through young, old, and older. I'm not aging gracefully. So, with that said, it says the signs you're aging well. Okay?
Oh Lord.
Sit up and take note. You have fewer wrinkles. No. Put a finger down. That's what we're going to play.
Oh, how many are
Okay?
there? How
I
many?
don't. There's 2, 4, 5. Okay?
Okay.
So put a finger down. You have fewer wrinkles. One of the most apparent signs that you're aging well is fewer wrinkles. Down. You heal from acne quickly. Quickly. I don't get acne, but
I get like one, and it's probably
so I'm putting a
okay.
finger
I'm
down because I have no idea. You have minimal hair loss. Okay? You don't have
oh, I
suns.
do.
You don't have sunspots.
Oh, I do
Your
have
skin
sunspots.
stays hydrated. I am not growing old gracefully. I
How
I don't
does
even
your skin not stay hydrated? Don't you drink a lot of water?
I drink a lot of water, but I'm telling you right now my skin is not hydrated. And I think that's because of the medication I'm on. Because
Oh,
in my blood pressure medication, I have a water pill. So even though I'm pouring in the water, right?
it's going right back out.
It's just going right back out. Anyway, that's a topic for another later on once we get to know each other a little bit.
Got it.
um, but what was the other thing that I
The hair.
oh yes, the hair. Now, I don't lose a lot of my head hair, but I've lost body hair.
Yeah, mine's going away.
So I very rarely do I have to shave my pits or my legs or like I get patches here and there, but nothing like I used to when I was younger. Like I could literally go uh, over a month and a half, 2 months without having to even think, oh, I should really shave. Maybe it's too much information I'm sharing, but
No, it's we're talking about
I'm
women's
telling you
stuff.
what happens to me. I don't have like everything below. Okay, no, let's rephrase that. Okay, everything neck below, hardly any hair left. And I mean any. Okay. But I've got hair growing on my face.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, everything that was supposed to be down where it's supposed to be is now just sprouting out of my cheeks and my chin. And
And they're not, it's
it's,
like I'll have
yeah,
long black ones and then
yeah,
I'll have ones that are like so coarse it's
yeah.
almost like
Like I've been
uh
shaving for 30 years.
and I will pluck all of them in my mirror. Make sure there's not a one. I will wake up the next day and they're like they have multiplied
100%.
and they're long. I'm like, okay, no, awful.
So
Except my
let's,
eyebrows. My eyebrows, thin, so thin. Like my
yeah, I don't have
eyebrow
that.
hair is very thin. So it's like all
Like I
here.
say, neck up, I'm good with hair.
Now this hair is great,
Yeah.
but that is it. That is it.
So let's discuss some of the health problems that we face.
Okay.
So I'll just read what it says in the Mayo Clinic is telling us, probably run by men. Let's just say
Probably.
that. Um, Common conditions in older age include hearing loss. Agreed. Cataracts, I don't have those. I haven't been faced with those yet. I don't know what reactive errors are. Do you know what that would mean?
I will look it up for us.
Okay, you go investigate that while I continue reading. back and neck pain, osteoarthritis, 110%. My knees, right now, I have a neck issue that goes down into my shoulder and pains into my arm, like right to my elbow. I don't even know what to say about it, to be honest. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I don't know what that is. Something to do with the heart, I'm assuming.
No, lungs.
Oh, lungs.
Pulmonary is lungs.
Okay, nope, don't have that. Diabetes, don't have that. Depression, yeah, I get that. Especially right now, seasonal depression is a big deal for me. And dementia. I swear I've got that. It's self-diagnosed, but I could literally have a conversation with someone and not remember it 20 minutes later. Now, that might not be dementia because I'm not taking the salt shaker and putting it in the fridge, and I'm not taking the butter and putting it in the cupboard. So maybe I'm okay. I don't know.
Dementia, honestly, that is like far advanced. That kind of what you're talking about, like earlier stages, is basically long-term memory is great. Like you can remember things that happened childhood, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened yesterday, not
I
so
can't.
much.
I
But then
can't.
it's not necessarily dementia. It could
No.
just be, getting older, and forgetfulness is not the same as having dementia or Alzheimer's.
Okay, but let's just dig into the forgetfulness. I forget my words. I forget things I'm supposed to do. I
That is
forget,
old age.
like, I'm literally half the time. Prime example, every Tuesday night, I'm supposed to meet somebody at the club to open the club for them at 6 o'clock. And I swear at 6:15, 6:20, they're messaging me. Are you coming to open for me? I forget every single Tuesday that now that's a slight exaggeration. Okay. Let's face reality. I'm not that bad, but you know, I have to literally write stuff down and put post-it notes everywhere in my room. My planners, my this, my that. Like, do you have not a comment? Are you not?
I am. I'm irritated with my freaking internet because I'm trying to look up stuff about this and it's being a pain in my butt. So yeah, I have to write everything down too. And then I forget to look at it. So
I know.
then what?
I don't know what the
Or
answer.
I will remember something, but I remember a detail wrong. Right. So like I know I have a meeting. No, let me say this. So I know I'm flying out on Friday. I have looked at my ticket 1,000 times. Ask me what time I'm flying out.
What time?
I don't know. I have to go look.
Oh
But
my
I've looked
gosh.
at, I know it's like it's 8 something, but I don't know what is the something. Is it 8:15? Is it 8:20? Is it 8:30? Is it 8:45? I have to go look. Why can't I retain that?
Yeah,
Is it because I know I can go look and I don't have to retain it? I don't know.
maybe. The thing that gets me, this is the thing that bothers me, okay? And you know me, I'm not one for tooting my own horn or giving myself any sort of compliments whatsoever. But there was a day when I worked, okay? I was a functioning, like high functioning member of society.
Yes,
People would
depended
come to
on us.
me
Yep.
and depended on us for information and depended on us to organize and depending. I couldn't organize myself out of a wet paper bag if I tried. And
No.
what happened? What happened between that and now? It's retirement.
Oh, you think
I
so?
I don't know because I don't know I don't know if it's because I don't have those responsibilities anymore, so my brain kind of went to mush, or I don't, like, I function way better under high stress, high deadlines. You
Yes.
know what I mean? I function, just saying that, I get excited by that. That is very excitable to me. This retirement thing, being able to sleep in, it sounds great when you're working your ass off, right? But when you're actually in retirement, you got no responsibilities, no time you need to be up, nowhere to be, really. You're literally, and I don't even know how to say it so it doesn't sound so condescending. I literally feel like sometimes I have no purpose, no purpose whatsoever. I don't run my own household because George and I are sharing
Yeah.
accommodation with my son. And Megan runs the household. Do I help in certain ways? Yeah, but not, this is her home. I don't get involved in it. So I have no purpose. So I think that is almost like my brain has kind of went mucky because I don't.
But is it that you don't have purpose or you don't have structure?
You tell me.
Because you
I don't.
have a purpose. You have a lot of
What?
purposes. Okay, you have to listen. So you have the club. They do depend on you. You do a lot for that club. Okay. Meg depends on you. I don't think that woman can go to the store without you. I don't think she wants to go anywhere without you. She depends on you to be her companion. Okay. We have the podcast, you have YouTube. So you have things that you do for a reason. But
Okay.
when we're working, I'm looking at it from like also my point of view, because I have my own business, but I fall into the same trap because I don't have outside structure. I have to structure myself. I'm very used to in the world of working for other people. You walked into a structure of sorts. You had to work within the realm of whatever that was.
And I get that. I do get what you're trying to say. And yes, I have the club and I have, but the difference, I think there's a big difference in that. You know, the club, the podcast, those aren't important. Those can be left by the wayside tomorrow and it wouldn't be important. My job was important.
I get that.
It was important for like legally and this and like so many other. So when all that went away, it's not that I don't think that these things are important to me to keep me going to do stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not important to to anyone else but me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. No, I get that.
It's not I don't know how to put it so that it makes
Steph's design space fell off the face of the earth. A few people would be affected, and then it would be, oh, and then they would just move
right,
on to something else. I get
right.
that. Whereas if the place I worked before, if that fell off the face of the earth, there'd
There'd
be
be
a
a
much greater impact.
right.
So I totally understand what
So
you're
that's what I'm
saying.
talking about. I'm not lessening the fact that those are important to you or the club or Meg or I'm not saying
Right.
that that's not. What I'm saying is it's a different kind of importance to when I went out to work every day.
But
Like
that
when
and the same thing is you had people right there, Lorie, how do you do this? Or what is that?
there was it was a constant, you know, Lorie, Lorie, I need you to go talk to this lawyer. I need you to talk this one off the shelf. I need you to, you know, there was importance there. I was valued in a way that gave me, and I don't want to say value. I don't want to say it that way because I don't want to diminish the fact that my outside life gives me value too.
right, but it's
It's just
different.
when you're retired, there's a different level of just your day-to-day interactions. Like
It's validation.
you don't have anybody coming around and saying, here's a prime example. You know, you go into work and at work and it was like, okay, Lorie, oh, that was a great job yesterday that you did there. You saved us a big count or you said, you know what I mean? There was always that. I'm retired now and what do I get? I get hubby coming home from work. Oh, what'd you do all day? Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm
I
like,
do.
it doesn't feel like, and even though in my head I know the things that I'm doing are important to others, it doesn't give me that sense of accomplishment, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. And that's what I was trying to say is we got validation from others for a job well done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Lorie, you saved us this and you did that. That validated us as a person and our worth. I am worth something to this company. No one's validating us at home when we do things. No one's saying,
Yeah.
good job, Steph, for, cleaning the kitchen or doing
But I don't
whatever.
even, but the thing of it is I can't expect others to do that when I don't even do that. I never thought I would say this in a million years, but I do not like being retired. If I could go back to work tomorrow, I would. Because it gave me value. It gave me something to do every day and of value. I don't even know how to explain it. It sounds so weird because
No,
what I do at home is valuable too. I get it, but
it's not the same to
it's
you,
not the
though.
same to me, right?
It's not the same to you.
So saying that when you're home all day and you don't, it's almost like, oh, that stuff's not important. I'm not going to think about it. Or, oh, I got a video to do. You know, I can't remember I can't remember what this is. What is that? Oh my gosh, what is that word again? What do we get? Like, I just feel like my brain is like complete and utter mush. Utter. 90% of the time, I can't put together a cohesive sense and sentence to save my life.
I'm with you. Words are hard. But that is actually a very normal part of aging.
Aging. Hmm.
It just is.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I cannot imagine me having to go to work. Not that I wouldn't want to. Like, yes, I work for myself and I work hard and I do all the things, but I'm saying around other people, I would be a bumbling, flippin' idiot.
yeah.
I would sound like I was having a stroke because I'd be like, the thing of this.
I know. I mean, in all honesty, I say I would love to go back. I couldn't. I couldn't go back. It would last 2.5 hours. Okay, first off, I can't even remember some of the shit I used to do. So if anyone asked me to come back to do it, I would be like, I'm sorry, but who are you and what did you do? I couldn't remember.
So
Anywho.
I do have like a list of what is considered normal aging versus like dementia.
Okay.
So, the normal aging is gradual transformation that affects the brain's ability to recall where, when, and how information was picked up, ideas, concepts, and numbers. So that's just normal aging. Dementia, worsening effects on brain's ability to unconsciously remember actions and motor skills, hold information temporarily, thinking, reasoning, judging, and decision making. Um, so like planning and decision making, normal aging finds it hard to multitask, but is able to focus on a single task, whereas dementia struggles with staying focused on a single task. And I know because mom was, woo, like we'd be doing this and then she'd just flutter off, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I don't think
memory
it.
and learning. So normal aging, it takes longer to learn new tasks. Dementia, they're not able to.
Mhm.
That's not you because you learn how to
No.
do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Now, like you may forget what day it is, but you can remember it later. Dementia loses track of date, season, time of year. Like they don't. In other words, we may
In the
forget something,
beginning,
but we can recall it.
but in the beginning,
In the beginning of dementia, yeah,
yeah.
the early stages, they lose
Oh,
track of. So, like, if we're like, what day is it? And you're like, oh, oh, it's Tuesday,
yeah.
right? We can do that. People, even in the early stages of dementia, what day is it? Monday.
Mm.
And because they just lose track of time, so it's not even like they can recall it.
Yeah.
um and then what else? Mood and behavior. uh Normal aging becomes irritable with routine changes, but can eventually cope. Dementia gets easily upset at home, work, or with friends and places that usually feel comfortable or familiar. And then language. So normal aging loses train of thought or gets confused in a conversation with many distractions. But dementia is unable to follow what someone is saying, even without distractions.
Yeah.
So if there's a lot going on, we can lose track of whatever. Aphasia is also like an aphasia is like loss of words, like finding the right word, but that is also a normal part of aging.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
it
believe that.
sucks.
It does suck
It
because
just sucks.
it almost makes me not want to speak because
Yeah.
you sound stupid. Like, what do you talk? You know, when I listen to myself when I'm doing my videos, and I don't know about you, Steph, but yeah, even during the lives or whatever, and you can't find the stupid word to the glue that you've been using for 2.5 freaking years.
Yep.
And it's like, how can anyone pay attention to what you're saying when you can't even muster up
A word.
the word to,
Or
I don't
like
know.
I'm on my video and I'm like, where's like
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
this? What is
Well,
that gonna do for
I'm
me?
looking, that for me is my stapler. I'm looking for my stapler.
I'm looking for all the things and they're like
It makes you feel so stupid.
and
Like, that's the way I feel.
inadequate.
Inadequate's a good one, other than
So
stupid.
inadequate. Like I am no good to anybody. I can't hold I can't hold a conversation without. I don't know the last time I actually had a conversation with Kenny. Let's just say because I talked to him aside from you, I talked to him more than anybody. Um, where I'm not like in the middle of talking, blah, and I'm having a great conversation. All of a sudden, everything is gone,
Yeah.
just like that. It just poof, like the Men in Black came with their little laser thing and erased my whole memory, like right
Mm-hmm.
then. And I
I know.
just stop, and he's like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "It's gone. I lost everything I was fixing to say. Like my
Mm-hmm.
whole train of thought. I don't know what the next word was going to be, and now I forgot what the flip I was talking about."
I
And
know.
that is frustrating.
It's infuriating, is what it is. So, this point here, okay? Uh, what happens to your body at 63? So right now, how old am I? I can't remember. See,
I do the same thing. I I'm at
George is
50.
going to be George is going to be 65 and I'm going to be 64. Okay, so I'm 63. So what happens to your body at 63? Your body accumulates more fat, no shit, Sherlock, and deposits more of it around your middle, while at the same time you're losing muscle. This could not be truer, and I'll tell you why. I have been on this challenge in my weight loss wellness planner to try and lose at least 2 pounds a week. Okay, between now and the time I I haven't even lost a pound. I don't know, like, how do you lose when you're doing more than you used to? You're eating less than you used to. Okay, I haven't been eating any junk. I'm trying to eat proper meals. Now, I don't eat a good breakfast, I'll give you that. But I'm trying to have an early lunch so that I'm not so full that and that's another thing when you age. You don't get hungry. I don't get hungry anymore. So I have to force myself to eat early so that come dinner time, I will be able to sit down and have a dinner. If I eat at like normal time, which is 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I start to feel hungry, then I don't feel like eating dinner.
Yeah,
That
I haven't hit
that's
that yet.
that's me. So the whole process is like a vicious cycle for me, because if I don't eat at a proper time, then I'm not going to sit down and eat a proper dinner. And then you know what I mean? And then if you're not eating, what are you doing? Your body is storing the fat,
Yes.
right? Because you're not feeding it. So it doesn't matter if I'm downstairs doing my walking video or my, whatever. It's nothing is working. So that part is really peeving me to no end. Okay. So then the next thing, all the while you're losing muscles,
Yeah.
um, which all introduce higher odds of developing a cadre of health problems: high blood pressure, cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, and decline in physical functioning. Yay,
We're so
65.
excited to reach this age. But okay. So, and that I looked up what happens at 53 because we're 10 years different, but I swear, like, just when you hit your 50s, it's all the same.
It is.
Like, it's just a downward
Spiral.
decline of everything. So, but then I look and there are people who are this age, but I know what the difference is. I know what the difference is.
Okay, tell me.
They actually, from an earlier age, made the decision to take care of their body and to take care of themselves. And I
All
have
right.
not. I'm going to be
I
honest. I absolutely abhor exercise. I will
Yeah.
avoid it like the plague. I absolutely hate, hate, hate any form of exercise. They say find something you love. I don't love any of it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to sit in this chair. It's not that I do like to walk or hike, but I'm not going to go to the gym. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not.
Yeah,
That
no.
sounds so awful to me. Now, the my favorite form of exercise would be to dance. I do love dancing, but here's the kicker. I don't like dancing to a video or by myself. I like to go dancing, which I
Mm-hmm.
realize is a hang up of mine. This is who I am. So I didn't take care of my body early on. I smoked until forever. I drank. Uh, I eat crap. Still eat crap. You know what I'm saying? Never, there have been like short bursts of my life where I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Let's
I
pull our pants
juiced and
up.
I did
Yeah.
this and, I got all into it. And then I didn't do it. Life happened. And then so I just, instead of adjusting, I was just like, I can't, I'm done. So
See,
that's the difference for me personally
and
is
I think you're 100% correct. I do. Because my whole world, well, my life basically was, when I was younger, it was school, school, school. Get to school, do this.
Mhm.
I wasn't a partier. I wasn't one that went out with a whole bunch of people. I had a select couple of friends that I would, you know, be with, but it was never, when I was younger, you know, as you know, I was part of drum and bugle corps. So that was always good exercise because you're marching around and you're doing this and doing that. And so I was okay that way. But then when I hit, um, I don't know, 20, and I'm in university and, all those kind of things. And it just, my priorities changed. Now it's
Mhm.
like, I need to study. I need to be home. I need to, you know what I mean? So my whole lifestyle kind of changed a little bit. And then I get out of school and I get my full-time job. And then you're piling all your effort into that full-time job. Right. And then you meet, you know, Mr. Right. Before you know it, you're having kids and your whole life is poured into those kids. You don't worry about yourself until it's too late to
Yes.
worry about yourself. Because now I'm 60 something years old, retired, and I have the time to worry about myself. But now the arthritis has kicked in. No, I'm not, and this is no
I
word, but
know. That's the
all
thing.
this shit has kicked in, and I feel like I can't do anything about except just keep trying. I don't. I don't see it changing in any other way other than maybe maintaining what I have, which
Yeah.
that is okay too. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I thought, oh, you know what? This would be a good 2 pounds a week. How my husband could lose 2 pounds an hour
Men lose
without
weight
even
totally
trying.
different. Yeah.
Okay.
All Kenny
And
has to do is stop doing a bad habit and
yeah,
weight falls off of him.
100%.
I would have to go into starvation mode and maybe lose a pound. But so here's the thing. Like I had Rachel when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole low life from that point was all about the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I was able to maintain a good weight, whatever. I guess when you're chasing around four kids, you can do that. But I'm going to say this too. I don't know that growing up, there was ever an emphasis put on your health.
No,
Not like it is today. Like not
no,
like it is now. So
I totally agree.
that was that was never anything that it was never a thought. Your health was
Yeah.
not it wasn't talked about, it wasn't a thought. I think what was it in the late 80s? All of a sudden we had, Richard Simmons and the Jane Fonda workouts. Okay, those are
Yeah.
super ridiculous.
Yeah.
But only at that point in my mind, and I may be wrong, did exercise and health start becoming a topic. I don't think it was before.
Well, I'll tell you why. And that's probably because I'm going to say things that we're learning now that we didn't know back then was the garbage in our food
Oh yeah.
made us start worrying about what was happening because, well, I'm going to say not us because apparently this wasn't me. But um, there's some people that started to worry about it because, they started gaining weight and they started, all that kind of stuff. But I think that plays a big part in it. The 70s and 80s when stuff just got put into our food to preserve it more and
Yep.
all
Make it easier and more convenient because
convenient
that's when you start
fast
having
food.
two
Yeah.
income households
Yeah.
instead of one.
Yeah.
So things had to be faster and more convenient.
Yeah.
But then, they're doing all of this, which is not good for our bodies, but we're not talking about how to better take care of our
No.
bodies.
But the thing
Um,
of it is too, let's look at reality. And I'm only talking about myself. Someone would say to me, "Oh, come on, when I was younger, my girlfriend, why don't we go to the gym together?" Okay, yeah, that sounds great. But I'm going to tell you, when you've put in a full time job, you get up at the crack of dawn, you're getting everybody's stuff together. You got to take them to the sitter. You drop them off. You go to work all day. You come home. You pick them up from the sitter. You're doing laundry. You're doing dishes. You're doing dinner. You're getting lunches ready for the next day. I could tell you with 100% certainty, I am not thinking about my health.
no.
I'm thinking about I need to go to bed. I'm
Please
tired.
let me go to bed.
Right?
Yes, that's it.
So, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to get out. Now, maybe that was me. Maybe there's some women that say, okay, hon, you got the kids. I'm heading out with, so and so to go to the gym for an hour and a half. No.
But I think they're different types of people. Okay,
Yeah.
they're the people who, because my best friend's daughter, she has to go to the gym every day. Like she will go into a state of depression if she can't.
See, and my husband's that way.
And
Perfect.
and she truly is like
Yeah.
that is her. Like for me crafting, okay? I could craft all day every day. You take all of this away from me and I would go into a state of depression because
Yeah.
this is my thing. So for her, exercise and the gym and lifting weights and doing all of that is her thing. I just think there's certain types of people who they love exercise. They love doing that stuff.
Yeah. 100%.
That is not me. Never, but it never has been. Ever, 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 ever. Have I ever? Now, I have gone to the gym. I have been part of a gym. I have tried with all the fiber of my being to like the gym, to understand the benefits. And if I do this, right, if I do this and I do this consistently, then I'm going to reap these rewards. I want the rewards. I do not want to go to the gym.
I don't want
And
to put
I
in the
will
work.
literally not say, but let's just say I say it because my actions speak. I just rather be fat than go to the gym, which is sad.
See, no,
So
and
sad.
but that's the thing. But so I guess the reason why I brought up this subject was the fact that I was trying at my age to, and I say this in my wellness videos all the time. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not doing a workout. I'm not one that goes above and beyond to for fitness in any way, shape, or form. My journey is to try and make sure that I could still walk on my knees. You know what I mean? I can, you know, sit upright without having a hunched back. I can, like, all those things that I feel as you get older, even if I want to go to a long walk, I always second guess it because it hurts my freaking knees so bad. But I do know in my head, if I just lost a little bit of weight, it might be better. It might not hurt as much. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not true. Arthritis is arthritis. It doesn't matter
Hmm.
how much weight you got on you. The only thing it does is put pressure on those joints,
Right.
right? So is it even going to help other than being a little bit lighter? I don't know what the answer is to that. And my thing is doing this journey is to try and make it so that I can, at 73, I'm still up and about on my own.
Hmm.
That's what I worry about at 63 is
Right.
what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Am I going to be able to, like, am I going to be in walkers and scooters and all, like, what is going to happen? I'm trying to, this is my fear. Here's another fear. I should have brought that up in the last podcast is what's going to happen to me in the next 10 years. That's what I need someone to say, you know what, Lorie, if you don't do something, you're gonna,
But you think that would work,
you think,
but it doesn't.
no, it's easier said than
Now,
done.
I will say one thing to the arthritis. It's something one of mom's doctors told her, because she was like, it hurts to walk, it hurts to do this, whatever.
I know what you're
Um,
gonna say.
what?
The more you do it, you need to do it.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh,
He
see, my
just told
doctor said you
her,
need to get moving. You need
well,
to
I
move
mean,
it.
this is along the lines, but it's
Yeah,
what he said. It's like how he said it
yeah.
that made sense to me. And it's motion is lotion.
Hmm.
So, like, the more you move, the more you're lubricating those joints.
Hmm.
And it was just a way to, like, I don't know, put it in a different perspective. So when I am up and about, I will like do like little leg kicks and this and that, because motion is lotion or lotion is shit. See, gone.
See, and that's all fine and dandy to say that. But here's a prime example right now. It's pissing down rain. Okay. It's cold. My joints, I'm not even moving, and my joints are burning and paining me. And I'm just sitting here.
That's how my foot
Could
is.
you imagine if I have to get up right now and go walk in that weather?
Yeah,
And it, it's
I
how
know.
much fun is that? That's no
It's not.
fun.
Like I am already like trying so hard not to think about how miserable I'm gonna be because of my foot feels like it is on fire with the big old spear going through the center of it.
Yeah.
Just sitting here, it hurts. When I get up, if I stood up right now and took a step, I would feel like I was walking on hot nails.
Yeah.
Now
And
that's
that's,
the plantar fasciitis,
yeah.
but it's the same concept. It's like movement hurts.
Yeah.
And now how am I supposed to exercise now when I can't freaking walk on my foot? Because there's no other exercise on the whole planet that I
No,
can do that
there's
doesn't
your
require
excuse. You
walking.
found it. But yeah, so there's that. Anyway, we'll get off of the exercising kick. Um, Hear loss. I have found a great difference in my hearing
I haven't
to the
reached that
to
yet.
the point where I have to. I think I'm going to have to go and get it checked, especially in this ear, my left ear.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've tested it out with my true crime podcast, Music Cozy, because if I lay on this side, I can hear it perfectly, but I can't. And when I go and lay on this side, I still can't hear it, but I can hear it perfectly here. So this ear,
Ah,
I know, is giving me some trouble.
yeah, I think
So,
Kenny's having some hearing issues too.
see, with that said, that causes problems in your personal life. Okay.
Hmm.
Because people don't have the patience for someone who's constantly saying, "What would you say? Say that again. Oh, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?" And I know it because I live it. People, you know, Mag will say to me, "Well, I just said da 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 da." And it's like, "Well, I didn't hear you." "Well, I was just standing here talking to you." And okay. But I'm standing there doing the dishes. There's water running. There's this. And so I'm noticing that unless I'm sitting right in front of somebody and we're having a conversation like we are right now, I can't hear it. If there's other stuff going on, another conversation, like if there's Connor and George talking in the dining room and
Hmm.
Meg and I are in the kitchen and I've got the water running and I'm sorry, but I can't hear you. Can everybody just be quiet for a minute?
And speak slowly.
Yeah.
My thing is not my hearing, but we can have a conversation and I may or may not retain it.
Mm-hmm.
So and Kenny's like, "Oh, I told you." It's like, sure you did, but it didn't stay. It didn't stick.
No.
Sorry. Now sometimes I wish it'd be like, "Oh, because I can't hear you." No, it's because my brain is mush and I'm not retaining. I just don't retain well.
Yeah. It's
And
funny
that
how it works. I don't I
sucks.
don't know. And then I'm noticing way more wrinkles in my face. I'm noticing, I don't know about you, but around my neck I'm getting all these
All the necks.
not the necks, the bumps, like little
Oh yeah, skin tags
skin
and
tags like you would
moles
not believe
and
all around my neck. Now that, from what I understand, is because my cortisol level, which is all geared towards menopause, is high. So I have
that's
to
stress also increases your cortisol
stress.
level,
Like, so yeah,
anxiety.
it's anxiety. There you go. So that is a whole other issue. That drives me like it
Mine's not
just,
my neck, it's under my girls,
oh,
and then the bra will catch it. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So not pleasant. Lots of skin tags.
Yeah.
Lots of skin tags, lots of the bigger moles, not like the dangerous ones or whatever. My grandmother always had those little cherry moles
Oh, yeah.
on her neck. I have found two so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. I got this big one right here that drives me nuts. And it's,
I
it's,
don't have
it's,
one there. Like I have this one, but I've had that my whole life.
I refer to it as my goiter, but it's not that big. I just call it that because, you know, this
We'll
is
just call
my,
it Gordy.
this is my twin that never developed. This is but there's just stuff like that that I get annoyed by. I'm trying to think of all the other things that, oh, here's an embarrassing thing, and I need to know this if I'm the only one, and I'm putting myself out here, people, so don't y'all laugh at me. Do you ever notice that when you get older you pee in a different direction? You don't just pee straight anymore. That Hello, anybody else?
I'm gonna have to
when
pay more attention when I
when I
pee.
peed when I was younger, I just peed straight into the toilet. Now, if I'm not sitting the correct way, it's freaking going everywhere. It's like a hose is just let loose. I know.
Huh.
Y'all probably thinking, why is she telling us that? Well, we're sharing old age stuff. That's
We
what happened to me.
are.
In the last couple years, I'm just noticing my pee is not directional anymore. It's
Huh. Well, something for me to look forward to. Great.
so yeah, that's driving me nuts. Because I have to position myself. I have to stop mainstream pee and position myself proper so that it's not.
Okay. hats off to you for being able to stop it. I
Oh, I could
can't.
stop it. Yeah, I
Oh
have a
no.
that's
I
one
have
thing.
nope.
That's one thing that I trained my bladder to do from a very, very young age. What, you got another bug?
Yes, another
Okay.
lizard.
Okay, well go get it. Take it
Well,
out.
it's way over there. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Oh, where did it go? What are you looking at? Oh,
Her cat keeps bringing in well, not
a
her cat,
lizard.
a
No,
lizard. As she so rightly corrects me. It's not my cat.
that is not my cat. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my feet up here where the lizard can't get them. So I'm gonna look weird. But
Um
okay,
but yeah,
I'll be okay.
that's one thing that I have found so strange. And to be honest, I've never even looked it up why that happens. But yeah, that's a thing.
No, I cannot. If I'm going, it's going, and there's zero stopping it
Oh no,
whatsoever.
I could stop it 40 times.
Nope, I
I did
cannot.
Kegel exercises like no other when I
I
was
have
younger.
done
So
Kegel forever, ever since
yeah.
kids, but no, it's not a thing.
And there's
Uh
things, and that's another thing that hasn't affected me is bladder like leakage. I
oh,
don't have that. Because there's times
oh,
when I could literally go to the bathroom in the morning. We'd be out all day doing things or whatever. And, we've stopped at I don't know how many stores, and George has gone pee 40 times. And then I get home and he can't understand why I'm doing the jiggle. Well, I haven't peed all day. You've peed 40 times. I need to pee.
but my bladder issues I know has everything to do with the fact that when I had my hysterectomy, so my uterus was falling out and so
Oh,
was my bladder. So they had to put it surgically sew it back where it belongs.
yeah.
And so it weakened it.
Yeah, you just don't have the strength.
So that was just
Well, that's one thing I pride myself on is that. But well,
what's your superpower? I can
what's
stop my
I
pee,
can stop my pee midstream 40 times if I'm asked. But
but I can't pee in a straight lines.
I don't know what direction it's gonna go.
And here I am. I
Right?
can pee straight, but I cannot shut it off. Once it starts, it's going, and that is that. Period. End of story. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But that's a thing. Especially if you've had kids, a bunch of kids.
Oh,
And I don't even think, whatever. It's just it wreaks havoc on your body. I don't care what
it
anybody says.
does. It does. But anyway, that's one of the things that I've noticed And
So
anyway, it
I want to
says
talk
on
about hormonal changes.
okay, because that is a thing. Big time.
So I mean, the moment I got pregnant, PMS was bad for me, but pregnancy hormones right off the deep end.
Oh, really?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I am talking irrational anger. It was
Hmm.
really, really bad. And that type of thing followed me all the rest of my life. So when I started menopause and my hormones were all over the place, it was how my husband stayed married to me, how he did not literally put me out of his misery. I don't know because I was a horrible person. I couldn't even stand my own self. I remember going to the doctor, to the gynecologist, and she was like, oh, coming in all sweet and whatever. It's like, what can I help you with? What's going on? And I just looked at her deadpan and said, I could kill you right now, walk over your dying body and not give a damn. I don't want to feel like that anymore. That's exactly what I told her
Yeah.
because I wanted her to understand the seriousness of it because it's a miserable thing to be that angry
Yeah.
all the time. And it's irrational. And I knew then it was irrational, but I couldn't stop it. I could not stop
Now, did anyone check
that.
your thyroid?
Yeah.
Because Meg feels that, but it's her thyroid.
No, my
Like
thyroid is perfectly
if
fine.
her thyroid is off, she is a raging bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I was afraid for people because I truly felt like I could harm somebody and not care.
mm-hmm.
And that's not a good feeling at all. So I did do hormone replacement therapy for a short period, and that
Hmm.
did help. Um, but then I was worried because one of the, this was back a while back. Um, but one of the very common side effects is breast cancer.
Hmm.
And it runs in my family. So I was very worried. But I think I reached a point in the menopausal stage where the hormones were dying quickly. So that rage was also not as bad. So I was okay. But man, those mood swings, I'm just telling you, it was awful. I If anybody is going through that, that's not normal and you do need to seek help because it's hard. It's hard for everybody that lives with you.
Well, I was a treat.
Well, good for you.
um, I didn't, and I say this in all seriousness that I can consciously remember. I didn't have all those hormonal issues. I didn't have hot flashes. I didn't have, like, I swear, one day, September, when I was 50, in my 50th year, was a September. It was the last time I had a, a cycle. And from that point forward, it was never an issue. I never had, my mom used to have sweats like you would not believe, and all those, and I never looked forward to it, but I never ended up having it.
That's good. Mom said she didn't either. But my biggest problem was because I didn't have a uterus and
See,
only had
that's another thing.
one ovary is so, the whole thing about menopause is okay, when your periods become well, I haven't had a period since I was 29 years old
Yeah.
because I had my not a full hysterectomy, so
Yeah.
they only took the uterus because it was falling out, right?
Yeah.
So I still had my ovaries, which is all the hormones. Great.
Yeah.
And then when I was 32, 33, somewhere around there, they had to take my left ovary out because, it was the size of a freaking house. I don't know. It was just a huge whatever. Um, so then I was just running on the right ovary, which was
Hmm.
enough hormones to make me a crazy person when they started acting a fool.
A crazy
But I
person.
didn't because I didn't have a uterus, I never had periods.
Yeah.
So the whole gauge of, and that's another thing. If you've had, oh my gosh, I am still recording. Um, if you've had just and that's actually a partial hysterectomy is your uterus, a oophorectomy is your ovaries. Just, write that down. There'll be a quiz later. Um,
I've already forgotten it.
there's no gauge.
Yeah.
There's no gauge and there's no literature, nothing. I
No.
scoured the internet. How do you know? What is it like if you don't have a uterus? Because every single thing was, oh, if you've had a hysterectomy, but I didn't have a full one. I still have an ovary. Like I still have hormones. It was, and that was enough to drive someone mad because you can't do research on how to take care of yourself or what's going on because it just wasn't out there for someone with one ovary.
Yeah. I don't know. I I think, I'm going to be honest, I think women go through complete hell. Men have it made, other than having to deal with the stupidity and craziness of us half the time with these situations that we have as females, that they don't have to do anything.
No, sorry, I'm letting Kenny know I'm recording a podcast still. Men have it. They, oh,
I know.
okay, I'm not gonna say the worst a man has because I'm not gonna try to sit here and minimize because I don't like for my stuff to be minimized, right? But if we want to compare, men do not have children. Their bodies do not get ripped to shreds every time they give birth. Um, they they do have like testosterone issues and like there are all kinds of things that can go into that for a man. And I know that can cause a lot of problems with
Oh, really?
depression and oh yeah, like low testosterone can uh really affect a man in all kinds of areas. Just like
Poor things, eh?
um and then they have prostate issues, which is something that women don't have to worry about. That's it. Like
I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for them whatsoever. Not whatsoever.
so no, it is not equal by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-mm.
They don't have periods or anything akin to that, or nothing disrupts their life on a monthly basis.
Nope. Absolutely nothing.
Nope, except the crazy women they're with.
That's, other than having to deal with the people that are actually dealing with stuff.
Okay, but like that's probably God's way of like, okay, there's only room for one bad person, one unhappy
Bitch.
person. Thank you. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying
I
certain
don't know why either.
It's just it's so hard for me. There's only room for one of those, and lucky us for being the childbearing type.
So, what three things should a person avoid once they are past 70 years old? What? I'll still be alive? Okay, let's see what's in
All right,
store
what
for
should you
me.
avoid?
Okay. Increased isolation is a major killer. I'm in trouble. Sedentary living, me. Despite best intentions, most retirees fail to maintain adequate exercise to sustain good health. No shit, Sherlock. Self indulgence. We are wired to serve. I don't know.
Ourselves.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Removal of work from lifestyle. Girl, if you're retiring at 70, okay, I'm sorry. What are you doing exactly? 70?
There's some people who love to, I don't know. And some people have to. Like some
Yeah,
people have to continue to work
I guess.
to just financial reasons.
Hmm. What is
Yeah, I
a
figured
six?
it would be like walking downstairs or like
Well,
going outside alone.
okay. So what is a 68-year-old called? A person between 50 and 59 is called a quinquenarian. I don't know what that means. A person between 60 and 69 is called a sexagenarian. A person between 70 and 79 is called a septuarian. What are these? Why? What is this for? And I don't know, why are we called these names?
Right?
It doesn't say why. It just says that's what you're referred to.
Kind of like the whole generation names. Like, why did they just making stuff up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go. At what age does your body start to die? When you're born. Like, you're dying, and every day
Yeah.
you're
This whole
dying.
podcast is about
Is
end of
about to
end of
die.
life struggles. Right?
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah. Is 83 a good age to live to? Oh my gosh, 83?
Oh no, mom was 80 when she passed away. And aside from dementia and her few, she was such a happy person.
Yeah.
She was so full of life, really. She may not have remembered all the things that she did, but she loved to go, but she was very much an extrovert. And I think that makes a difference too.
Oh, I think so.
I
I think
think,
it's it.
extroverted people are probably in general happier people. And I wonder if extroverted live longer than introverted.
Hmm.
That is,
I don't know. All I know is I'm not happy. I'm not growing old gracefully as I thought I would. Because when you're working and you're dreaming of your retirement, and you're financially putting money aside for your retirement to enjoy, and you're doing all the things to get ready for retirement, and oh, I'm going to do this, and oh, won't it be nice to sleep in? And I hate retirement.
You know, that's funny though, because I remember clear as day when I was working and the kids, if I could just work from home, then I could have a good schedule and I could do this. I work from home for myself,
Yeah.
still fat and lazy and all the things. Like it didn't change because
Well,
it is not who I am, I guess. And
yeah.
by the way, studies have said extroverts do live longer than introverts.
Oh well. One more black mark on me.
I know. Well, we're just destined to die.
I'm telling you.
Um, but it's just so yeah, again, when you think, oh, if just this, then that. Except if that's not who we are, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Those external circumstances. I mean, my going back to my best friend's daughter, she was she had a son, and then a year and a half later had twins.
Oh wow.
How she battled her postpartum depression, that's how she started going to the gym.
Hmm.
Was just to her doctor said, get out, exercise, whatever. So she went to the gym and it became her lifeline, her addiction, right? Which I mean, there's worse addictions than being healthy. And I forgot what I was gonna say. There was a point to that and it's gone.
All right. Point taken.
Bye.
Bye.